Hi, this is Muaz from ArchiCAD Training on Facebook. One of my friends asked me how to bring the contour lines or the real elevations of the site into ArchiCAD um, without having the original map of the contours. So I decided to make this tutorial so I can illustrate this how it can be done using ArchiCAD plus SketchUp plus Google Earth and Google Maps. So in order to do this, we're gonna have to go first for and see the steps that we need in order to fulfill this mission. So we have here 6 steps. Okay, we may increase those steps, but we're gonna start up with looking up the location in Google Earth, and then we're gonna move to saving location info as a KMZ file. This also will be done on Google Earth, and then we're gonna move to SketchUp. So let's gonna do this step by step and see how can we make this thing happen. So first we're gonna go to Google Earth. In Google Earth we're gonna go to some location in order to create a place mark, just like the one over here. I have actually created one before for one of my customers. He asked me that he needs to create a 3D model for the site of his I think it's home. So the 3D model that he needs to do, it will be 3D printed on a 3D printer. This is the home, this is the garage, and all over there is just the neighborhood plus the street. Meanwhile here in this other area, he has just a slope, a steep slope actually. So in order to take this location, we have to go to this place to the exact place that we need to take the information back to ArchiCAD, and then we're gonna have to create that place mark. We can do it just right here. What is really important about this place mark is the altitude. Using the altitude, we can just say we want this altitude to be relative to seafloor, or it's clamped to seafloor, or whatever. For me, I will just take it clamped to ground, just for this example. Other than that, you can just take it clamped to seafloor or relative to seafloor. We can take it relative to seafloor, but at that point, we will have to make there will be a hassle in ArchiCAD because we will have an extra steps to do. So for this example, I will take it just clamp to ground and then say OK, and then go and save this file. I'm gonna save it, save this place as. I will take KMZ as the extension file for this file. I will take just the name that it's suggesting here, so I'll say save. Next step will be as we're doing here. So just look at the location and save the location as a KMZ file. We're gonna move now to SketchUp in order to continue our work. So in SketchUp, this is SketchUp. You can just download it from Google. It's for free. You don't have to buy anything. So we can go to SketchUp and say here geolocation and then add location. In the add location, okay, the add location is gonna ask us about the location or the address of the site that we need to grab the info or have the region here. So here's a problem. The problem is we have the place mark, which we have just done in Google Earth, but we don't have a location. So we have to go back to Google Earth and do this small trick. The trick says here, we're gonna press this button, View in Google Maps. So we're gonna go to Google Maps. and just wait for Google Maps to give us the address, and here is the address. If you can just look again, this will be the site that we were talking about a bit earlier. So we're gonna have to click or right click and say directions from here. Now after the directions from here, we're gonna go and copy this address and go back to SketchUp and paste it down here. So after pasting this address, okay, we are now able to go to select region and just grab it with those small pins. You can zoom it, and then I think this is enough. So we can just say grab. Okay, so now we have this location grabbed over here in SketchUp and ready to go for to ArchiCAD. So in order to do that, we're gonna now go and save this file as a SKB or SketchUp model, and we'll give it the name. Give it the name site. Okay, let's say save here. Okay, so now we have just opened the model in SketchUp and just grabbing the geolocation. Now let's move on to ArchiCAD. Now in ArchiCAD we have to merge that SKB file. Actually, prior to merging SKB file, we can do the following. We can go to the project location and say import, and then go to the file that I've stored the SketchUp file into, which is, I'm sorry, the Google Earth file into, and just grab it here and say OK. Now it's gonna tell me, ArchiCAD, it's gonna tell me that the Placemark altitude is not specified. Okay, we can actually go back to Google Earth, and if we can just notify here, it's around 1,138 feet above sea level. So we can just take that info here if we want. Okay, so we can just put it here. So it's something like 1138 or 83, I don't care. And the time area is here. It's in the PDT time. Okay, so okay, now we can just say OK. So now we are getting just the right information about the location of this site. Now we're gonna move on and say merge. Okay, so we're gonna go to File, Special, and then take Merge, and then we're gonna specify the site.skb as a file to merge into ArchiCAD. Okay. All right. Actually, the merge has been done, and the SKB file has been converted into a library part object. So this is why the pen over here is just waiting for me to just click it. I will click it in the 0, 0 or in the center of the project here. Now I have a small problem. I don't know what is it. Okay, this is the site. I don't have good info. So I don't know why it's not opening here. I believe. Okay. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm gonna get back to SketchUp. When I try to save this file as a SketchUp file, I forget to do something which is very important and we have to look after, which is we have to save it as SketchUp version 8. Okay, SketchUp version 8. I'm gonna save it on the same under the same name and just gonna replace it. Okay, so I'm gonna get back now to ArchiCAD and then do the merge again. Okay, so I'm gonna take merge, take the file, I'm gonna say open. Now after the conversion, you're gonna see that it's asking me that the file location or this project location that it's just imported from SketchUp is different from the location of the file or the project that I'm working now in Graphisoft. Actually, Graphisoft, you know that this the center of the coordination system is taking the coordinates of 0 on the x, 0 on the y, and 0 on the z. Okay, so now we are bringing something new, something different from those values. So it's just sensing this delta and asking us to just make sure that do you want to override the project location with imported coordinates or ignore this, all about this, and just move on, or you want to place new geometry relative to existing coordinates. Actually, if this is a real a project, or let's say a production environment, it's just like I'm working in an office or in a company that's just taking good care of this one, I will place the new geometry relative to existing coordinates, or override project coordination location, sorry, with the imported coordinates, which is easier and I will save the hassle. For me now, it's just an example, so I'm gonna go to ignore location from file and say OK, and then I'm gonna click anywhere here, and then I'll end up with this library objects over here, just like this. You can see and sense the curvature of the surface. We can just make it even more realistic. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna put it over here, and I will let you see the. I'm gonna make a small section here. Okay, and you will see the curvature here, which is just the same as the topographic or the levels that exists in the real project. Okay, so now, okay, here's the levels. So I believe we're done, but it's not actually, because I promised to do something new, which has never been talking about in ArchiCAD, which is how we can get the contour line out of this model. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm gonna do this simple way. I'm gonna create a morph. Okay, so this morph will be just like this. I'm gonna based on this point because it's common between the just imported surface of the site and the new morph that I'm trying to create right now. Okay, so I'm gonna create this morph. You'll see now the morph is just intersecting with the object that we have just imported from SketchUp. So I'm gonna go now and make them at the same level, just like here. Okay, and then I will just multiply. And prior to multiply, I have to do this tiny little nifty things, which is just to give this morph and a bit of thickness. Okay, it's important. If you don't do this thickness or this little extrusion to the surface of the of the morph, we're not gonna get anything. So we have to do this. So I'm gonna click on Shift plus Control and then make this small extrusion. Okay, now I'm gonna give it just a tiny value. Oh, actually, I'm working here in millimeter, in meters, so I'm gonna give it something like just 1 centimeter or 1 millimeter. I don't care. It's just about giving a thickness to the morph. After giving the thickness for this morph, I'm gonna press Ctrl plus U and then go for elevate and spread. Now it's up to you. you can just create the value that suits you. I think now I'm working here in millimeters. It's not meters. Okay, so I'm gonna just move it into meters. Okay. Okay, anyway. So now I'm gonna press Ctrl plus U and then go for elevate and then spread, and the spacing I will just make it something like 5 meters, 3 meters. It's just up to you. Okay. It depends on how many contour lines you like to produce. And then gonna say okay and gonna create those lines. I think that last one I don't need it because it's not intersecting with the surface of the site. So I'm gonna make it this way. Now, how many morph that are intersecting with this original object? They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this sixth one. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the object. Okay. So this is the object. I'm gonna just make copies. This is my first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And the sixth one is just the, well, I don't need it. I don't need the sixth one. So I'm gonna delete it. And the original one over here, which I'm just clicking, pressing on object. I'm just gonna push it over here, so it's just the original one, and then I will take every single object and convert it to morph. Okay. Well, I know I can just I was able to do that prior to make the copies, but okay, this is what happened. So I'm gonna do the conversion into morphs. Okay, now what we're gonna do is to get back all those morphs over the original or the copies that are just stacked over in this position. So I'm gonna take one by one. So I'm gonna get the first one. I'm gonna go take a drag and go here, and then go to the F3. Okay, so now this is a morph. Okay, this is the morph, and those are all morphs. Okay, so I'm gonna take this morph and then right click, then go to Boolean operation, take intersect, and then click on this one. They have intersection. Okay, they don't have any kind of intersection, so I'm going to choose the very first one on the above level. So I'm gonna say here intersect. Okay, sorry, that happened because I was just choosing two objects with this morph and this morph. So now I'm gonna say intersect with this morph. Okay, I think it's the same problem because I have to go and give this one a thickness. Okay, so I'm gonna choose it again, then click over here, and then click this surface and make a bit of extrusion. Okay, and then go back, choose this morph, and then go and make the intersect with this one this time. Okay, done. Now see what happened. What happened is just we lost the morph that looks like this one, and we are just having the intersection, which is the contour line. I'm gonna just repeat this by taking again every single morph here, put it here, and then make the intersection until I finish with the whole, and then get back to you. Okay, so here we can see we are just left over with the I've just repeated the operation with the rest of the morphs. So I ended up with these lines here. It's just a morph actually. It's the same. However, it represents or it gives the real levels or the real contours of that surface, because we have just copied it as is from the from Google Earth. So we can just now go along or just move it along and take it and take a mesh, okay, and do the okay. I'll take the mesh and just remove the cover fill the mesh, and then so we can just be more comfortable doing the conversion. Actually, you know, the rest of the process. The first you're going to have this to trace the contour lines with a spline or a polyline. Okay, so like this, and then okay, here's the spline. Okay, and then you can just trace it down using the the mesh with the magic wand advanced editing features. Okay, so that's it. That concludes my trick plus the new way. I hope you can find it just useful for those guys who don't have the contour from the surveyor. Actually, I have another method. I'm gonna say it in another tutorial because it needs more coordination between AutoCAD and ArchiCAD, using some specific commands in AutoCAD. So I think this one would be just fine and helpful. I hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you very much, and see you in ArchiCAD training on Facebook. This is Muazin. Bye.